Alright, so where does someone who's been living in the same city for so long consider is their favorite place? Yes, the floor inside my house is my favorite place. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again real soon. Okay. So now, being serious, although I technically do love my house, it's one of my favorite places. The point is, today I'm here to tell you about my favorite place, what it is, what I generally do there, and why you or anyone would enjoy spending time there. Although, if you are like me, you might actually enjoy spending more time in your house, and this might be irrelevant, but not the point. Just enjoy it, okay? So my favorite place is actually a place you've seen in one of my previous videos. No, not my house. Although you only caught a small glimpse of it. And it's actually the park here in Portoviejo called Rotonda Park. And as the name clearly implies, it is a park. And as such, you can imagine what activities you can do there. But there are good reasons why it's an important place in Portoviejo, which I will go into depth in another video. But for today, let's just talk about why it's my favorite place and why I think you would enjoy spending time here. So for those of you who know me, and those of you who don't, I love doing sports, I love exercising, I love training, I love anything related to keeping in shape and making sure that I'm fit as a fiddle. So one of the main things I love doing whenever I go to the park is actually jogging. And I normally jog and run with friends, so it's actually very enjoyable to go over there and do some exercise, especially because of the other thing that I actually like about the park, which is that it's super safe. Like, out of all the places in Portoviejo where you could possibly train, there are probably two places where I would consider are the most adequate for training. But then there's other places where you could train, like, just normal jogging or running, but I wouldn't consider them to be safe. Like, for example, you could just technically run around the whole city, but cars are always driving by you way too closely, and you can't exactly jog on the sidewalk, because if you try to jog on the sidewalk, then people are gonna be scared. They're gonna think you're gonna try to steal something from them, so you'd rather avoid that. I've actually had a bad experience about that once, and I guess I'll save that for a story time for a later date. But it's actually terrible here that people could mistake you for a robber if you're just doing exercise. Not only can you jog, but there's also a ton of other activities that you can do while you're exercising at the park. For example, you can use these machines that are scattered around the park in order to do exercise. They're not exactly my sip of tea, but if you're the kind of person who likes using these machines just to get a small workout in, or maybe you don't like going to the gym, then these machines are more than enough for you, if you want to call them machines, really. And there's also tons of other ways you can get exercise, which is obviously by doing sports, since there's tons of volleyball courts scattered around the park. And if you're not really into volleyball, you can even play basketball. Or heck, if you really wanted to, if you like playing hide and seek, which I wouldn't mind doing it myself, but I'd need actual friends to do that. But the point is, if you actually wanted to play hide and seek, you could even do that in the park with your friends. Go out and just scatter around the park, because it's a large enough space where you can all hide, take your time trying to find everyone, and have a bit of fun there. So basically, the main two reasons that I go to the park are to do exercise, or if necessary, to play sports. Another thing that I haven't done too frequently, but I actually have done at the park, is take my dog out for a walk over there. A lot of people take their dogs for walks, but the best place I think to do it would be over there at the park, because the space is nice. And since there's a lot of friendly people, a lot of friendly other dogs, most of the time, you could say that it's a pretty good place to actually take your dog out for a walk. And of course, if you're the romantic type, which I can't be because there's no one to be it with. But I would say it's also a very good place for you to take your couple out on a date. You guys can walk around the park, you can sit in the grass, you can do various activities that you can find there in the park. For example, there's these things that you can shoot. Well, there was an arcade, I think it's closed. There's a food court. Obviously, you guys can just walk around, like I said. Heck, if you guys love doing exercise, you can do exercise together. It's just a really nice, peaceful place in order for you to just relax with your couple and have a nice time. I've actually seen people going to the park and surprising their couple with various gifts, maybe balloons. Some people have actually dedicated songs to them over there at the park. Tons of things happen there, which I think are incredible. Now, why exactly would you or anyone want to come to the Portoviejo Park, to Rotonda Park? Well, tons of reasons. I think you guys heard most of them just now, just in the things that I do. But think about it. It's just a fun place to spend time. You can easily organize a meeting with your friends, hang out there for a while, sit down in the grass, just have a picnic. Maybe you guys just want to walk around. Heck, I've even, as a teacher, gone there to record certain scenes with my students where we were doing role plays in order to have something ready for Christmas. We've done this before. Unfortunately, I don't have the footage with me now. If not, I would show it to you. But there's tons of things that you can do there. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a kid who just wants to go have fun, heck, go over there. You can run. You can go hang out with your friends. You can go to the arcade if it reopens. I hope it does. You can go eat. Even if you're not a kid, a preteen, or maybe you can even be an adult. There's even a skating section. There's a section for you to do rock climbing. You can do sports. You can have so much fun at the park, and it's mostly free. Most of what you see at the park is free. Obviously, there are certain things you have to pay for. For example, I've seen that there's this whole little obstacle course in the middle of the park where you can obviously ride around with the bikes that they have there, and they charge you for that, obviously. Eating ice cream and eating any kind of food there, obviously, unless you bring it from home, it's not free. There's these soccer fields, soccer courts, whatever you want to call them. I would call it a field, but it's more of a court because of the size, and the sport that you actually play there isn't actually soccer, it's called indoor. So, but those cost money in order for you to rent, and most of the time they're pretty expensive because they're in that location, but it's a safe place and it's a good place for you to get a lot of attention, a lot of people who might want to join, or heck, it's easy for everyone to find that court because that field, I don't know what to call it really because I'm stuck between court or field, but it's super easy to find. All you got to do is tell them, hey, go to Rotonda Park, and most people will know how to find it because there are other fields that you can find around the city, but sometimes you got to tell them very obscure locations. Hey, it's around here behind this place, and it's a little complicated. But great place to play, great place to do exercise, great place to take your kids. If you're an adult, you're a parent, you've got kids, go ahead, take them. You can spend some time there, watch them play, have fun, take them to ride their bike, take them to learn how to ride their bike if they don't know how to ride their bike, or just take them to have fun, take them to eat. You guys can spend some time there, some quality time as a family, just sit down, watch the sights, because it truly is beautiful. Ever since I've seen this park and I've been to this park and I've constantly gone to this park, all I've noticed is that it's a great place. And the only thing that I guess I would change about it, maybe like if I wanted something more, is maybe more things to do. Like, it's not even all that necessary, but I think if it had some extra things, maybe it might be a little bit more fun. Like, it's already fun enough as it is. I'm not complaining in any way, shape, or form. I love the park. But if you wanted to make it better, heck, any place can become better if you just add some more things to do. And if all that weren't enough, there are even these seasonal things that they tend to do over there at the park. Like, for example, just recently when I went, they actually had these umbrellas that were set up, really pretty rainbow colored umbrellas, like different colors, that you would see on the sidewalk, on the top of the sidewalk, which sometimes it's just something as simple as that, but it's really beautiful. A lot of people go there to take pictures because it's not something that you see all the time. There's also other times where I've seen the park give opportunities to up-and-coming artists, and they've actually let them show off their art. They just post up their things at the park, and you can actually see. They hang out around the food court, and you can check out their art. They sell some things there. I don't know if it costs them something to do that kind of event, but I still think it's super awesome that the park allows something like that. Maybe it's allowed around the world, but most of the time when people were to do things like that here in Portoviejo, it would be done at the shopping, and it's just always been at the shopping, and I'm kind of glad there's another place where you could do it that's really nice to do it at. And it's not just painting, we're not just talking about art, we're also talking about music, which is another form of art. But I've also seen that they've let people hold concerts there. And even though all of this right now isn't possible because of this whole lockdown situation, it's still something that I think is pretty nice for the park or for Portoviejo City to actually allow for people who are up and coming, people who want to have a chance to show off what they've got, and also to give people another form of entertainment, because most of the time entertainment is found in other ways, and I'm actually glad that there are actually a little bit more options that include such a wonderful place as the park. So all that and so much more are just wonderful reasons for you or anyone to just come on down to the park and have a good time here. Trust me, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button down below. If you guys love content like this, make sure you hit the red subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm actually really close, and I'm 100% sure that with your help, we'll be able to make it and pass that goal. You guys are the best, you guys are awesome, and I love you guys so much. And if you guys have anything you want to tell me, leave me a comment. Tell me about your favorite place in your city. If you live here, tell me about your favorite place in this city. And if there's anything else you want to tell me, heck, just leave me a comment and I'll be sure to read it and we'll be able to discuss it. And without further ado, make sure you guys take care, get lots of sleep, make sure to drink lots of water, and I'll see you guys soon. Ace out.